was really something else. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming by. Sorry, I was just enjoying this excellent beverage. Yes, it's some sort of a flavored ale, but it's a flavor I've certainly never had before. Have you tried it yet? Oh, you have. Elderflower ale. Oh, I'll have to remember that. It's quite good. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much again for agreeing to speak with me today. Yes, I really appreciate it, and your king appreciates it, and the Guild of Royal Archives appreciates it. It's just lots of appreciation going on. In fact, I asked a few other people to answer my questions, and most of them said no. Politely, but a no is still a no. But that's okay. I can't really blame them. I mean, I'm not really a people person, and I just sometimes start rambling, and sometimes it's not very good to get my point across. Anyway, I appreciate you being willing to fill out our little questionnaire here. Yeah, it's real helpful. So, why don't you have a seat? Do you have a drink? Okay, good. Mine, well, I guess it's empty now, but it was very good. So, okay, let me just go over a bit of the specifics with you real quick, and then we'll jump right to it, okay? All right, so as I was telling you before, my name is Zigg. Zigg. It's 2 G's at the end, so you say Zigg. There you go, you got it. My name is Zigg, and I am part of the Guild of Royal Archives that works for the king. Yes, we travel around the kingdom, and we collect information, we record information, we organize information, all that kind of stuff for the king and the royal family and all of the royal officials and all that kind of stuff. All kinds of information. Geology, anthropology, archaeology, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so my job is to record some data on some of the wonderful subjects of the Kingdom of Maladia. You see, the wise and benevolent king, he sometimes feels as though in his great power and in the capital that he sometimes loses the personal touch with the people that he dictates. Rules wisely and benevolently. So he sent some of us archivers around to collect some information to get to know the people a little bit better, in his wise benevolence. So here I am, just sort of scouting out the outskirts of the kingdom, some of the places that maybe are a bit, well, at the outer edges of his reach. Let's just say that. So, I very much appreciate you agreeing to be part of my little questionnaire here. So, I do have just a few little tidbits of things that we need to discuss before we get started. Just some specifications, some terms and conditions, I suppose, just so you know. Okay, well, as a member of the Royal Archives, which I am sworn to protect your information, and we don't sell it, we don't give it out to other people, except for, of course, the other members of the Royal Archive and the royal family. But any information that we discuss here is technically the property of the Royal Archives and the royal family, just so you know. Also, I believe we discussed the stipend of 5 gold pieces if you complete this survey. Yes, of course. So that is definitely yours after we complete this survey. But just so you know, if there are any questions that you choose not to answer, that is perfectly your right. But that does forfeit the stipend at the end. Okay. Okay. Now, most of these questions should be perfectly fine. They're not meant to be, well, obtrusive or offensive or anything like that. But it is your right to not answer any of them, and you could just skip over them if you'd like. But like I said, then you don't get the 5 gold at the end. Okay. Yeah, so most of these questions are, some of them are yes or no questions. Some of them are more open-ended, and you can choose to be as concise or more, elaborate a bit more if you would like to. The extent of your elaboration does not affect your 5 gold at the end, just so you know. And then at the end, we'll do a few word association questions. Those are always fun, okay? Okay. Some of these are going to be sort of information gathering about you, and some of them are more opinion questions. And for those, I don't want you to think too hard. Just give me your first thought, okay? Okay, sounds good. Well, I think that's all I have. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, good. Well then, let's get started, shall we? Alright, I'll hold on to see what survey number this is. Let's get this mixed up. Okay, here we go. 8675309. 8675309. Perfect. All right. We're going to start out with just a few documentation questions, I suppose, and then we'll get into the good stuff, okay? Okay, good. Now, what is your name, please? Oh, that's an interesting name. All right, and you are a resident of this town, Whisperwind? Okay. Now, have you lived here your whole life? Oh, you haven't, okay. How long have you lived here, would you say? Okay, so you've had a bit of time to sort of get acclimated with the locals. Okay, good. Interesting. Be nice to get sort of a new perspective. Mm-hmm. Now, where do you hail from originally? Far away. It's a bit ambiguous. Do you care to be a bit more specific? No, you don't. Whatever. Okay. Okay, and then what is your trade? A traveler. It's also rather ambiguous, isn't it? What exactly do you travel for? I mean, I know you're not I'm technically a traveler myself, but I know you're not part of the Royal Archive. Are you part of those other secret archivers that we're not supposed to know about? Well, you're not. Forget I said anything. It's fine. Traveler. Okay, Okay. Well, I think that's all for the documentation questions. Now, let's get into the good ones. I'll start with an easy one. Here we go. If one type of domesticated animal was plotting the demise of humankind, which animal would that be? What do you mean are all the questions going to be like this? Well, do you have an answer? Okay. I feel like that's kind of the obvious answer, honestly. I mean, I love them, but they are kind of assholes sometimes. Okay. All right, second question. What color do you associate with your sense of taste? Okay, true. All right. If you woke up tomorrow and possessed unlimited riches, what would you do first? All right. Now, would you consider your fingers to be long, average, short, or downright stubby? Okay. What about your toes? Same question. Okay. Seems reasonable. All right, now, do you sleep with stockings on your feet? Okay. No, it's perfectly fine. Yeah. All right. Have you ever had any near-death experiences? Oh. Okay. All right. Yes, okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, more. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, you sure get around, don't you? All right. Adventure seeking. Okay. If you could describe the human race using a smell, what would you pick? Okay. That's fair. Okay. Do you believe in gods and goddesses? Oh, you do? Okay. You have not met a god. Yes, of course you have. I'm sure that you have. No, I believe you. I believe you. Definitely. Definitely. Okay. All right. How often do you consume garlic? Yes, garlic. You know the. Sorry, you out in these primitive little cities. Do you know what garlic is? Oh, you do? Okay. Well, how often do you eat it? Okay. Good. All right. Which is your least favorite tooth? What do you mean you don't have one? Which is your least favorite tooth? Okay. All right. What is your least favorite time of day? Same. Definitely. All right. Who would win in a fight? A forest goblin or a troll child? Okay. I suppose that makes sense. All right. What unusual trait do you find attractive in a person? It's kind of sweet, actually. Okay. All right. What is the travel velocity of an unladen swallow? It's not a strange question. Why is it unusual to want to know something about, our aviary friends? Do you know it or not? Well, best guess. Travel velocity of an unladen swallow. Okay. All right. What is your favorite animal sound? Okay. Could you demonstrate that, please? Okay. I need some work. What traits do you possess that would make you valuable in an end of the world situation. Okay. That would be rather useful. Yes. Okay. Remind me to seek you out if the world ever ends. Alright. What would be your perfect murder weapon? Oh. Why? Put some thought into this, haven't you? Okay. Oh, no, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah, notes are rather extensive. Let me grab another piece of parchment here quickly. Alright. There we are. Moving on. Moving right along. If you had the entire kingdom's undivided attention for 1 minute, what would you say? Okay. Interesting. Never heard that one before, actually. All right, now this one, if you need to think about it for a bit, that's okay, because this is a rather important one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Yes, a raven, like a bird. Why is a raven like a writing desk? It's all right, take your time. Oh, that's a creative answer. Okay, sure. Okay. What would I say? Well, it's because they can both produce a few notes, although they're very flat. Obviously. No, that's fine. Your answer was very intuitive. Alrighty. Alright. If birds could talk, which breed would be the rudest? Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair, honestly. If you owned a boat, what would you name her? Well, obviously it's a her. All boats are a her. What would you name them? It's a good name. Right. Do you prefer ale or mead? Not surprising with the wonderful beverages that we have here. Yeah. I think I would say the same now. All right. Have you ever met a centaur? No. Okay, good. Good. What about a satyr? Good. All right. Now this one, some people maybe haven't given much thought to this, so it's okay to say that you don't know. It really is. But just if you happen to have any sort of thoughts about it, what do you believe happens after we pass on? Oh, Oh, you have quite a few thoughts about this, haven't you? Okay. Really? Okay then. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Really? Okay. Oh, you're still going. Okay. No, please continue. It's fascinating. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay then. I guess you sound very sure of yourself on that. That's, all right. If you were able to talk to and understand one type of animal, which would you choose? That's fair. Mm. All right. Just a few more of these basic questions, and then we'll get to the word associations, okay? All right. What is the most important object that you own? Okay. All right. How many roads must a boy walk before he becomes a man? Oh. Okay, you seem to know exactly what you think of that question. All right. All right. What is the worst smelling place that you have ever been? That's fair. Yes. Could you describe the smell or what smelled particularly? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes sense, I suppose. All right. Okay, now we're going to get into some word association questions. Yes, now for this, I'm just going to say one single word, and I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your mind. Don't worry about being creative or anything like that, just the very first thing, okay? Yes, just as soon as you have a thought, I want to know what it is. All right, are you ready? Okay. Night. Amulet. Okay. Peddler. Oh. Ghost. Okay. Forest. Eshon. Yes, the town of Eshon. That's fair. Dwarf. Okay. Hero. Okay. Home. Gnome. Rude. No, that wasn't a word. That was... Never mind. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Magic. All right, and last one, Whisperwind. All right. Okay, well, I think that is that does it for my official questions. Although, since I am, an archiver, I'm always looking for new information and things. So, if you happen to have anything about this town or the people here that you think that I should know, I would very much appreciate that. Anything interesting or unusual, really? No? Oh, just a boring old town. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I suppose that's about what I was expecting, honestly. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to answer my questions. Oh, yes, of course. I've got the... There you are. There is your 5 gold, as promised. Yes, thank you so much for filling out my questionnaire. The Guild of Royal Archives thanks you.